Welcome back. Today is April 22nd, and this isn't just another day on the calendar, not for you. It's a threshold, a space where the familiar begins to loosen its grip and something deeper within you starts to rise. The universe is offering you a clear message. It's time to release the old patterns, the ones you've outgrown, the roles you've played out of habit, not truth, the reactions that no longer reflect who you are becoming. You don't need to have all the answers. But you do need to trust the part of you that already knows, the quiet voice of intuition that's been nudging you towards something more honest, more aligned. Transformation today doesn't come through grand gestures. It comes through stillness, through awareness, through the quiet decision to no longer repeat what drains you. It comes when you pause, breathe, and choose, not based on fear, but on clarity. And if you're ready to step into the next part of your journey, where we explore your work, your finances, your relationships, and the deeper emotional currents guiding your steps, then stay with me. Because today's journey doesn't begin with action, it begins with permission. You give yourself permission to change. Now let's go deeper and see what the cosmos is really reflecting within you. Let's talk about money, Scorpio. Not in the usual way, but in the way the universe speaks to you now, through alignment, opportunity, and that strange feeling that something lucky is about to find you. The energy surrounding your finances today is shifting. It's subtle but unmistakable, like the moment before a tide turns. The wheel of fortune has quietly spun in your favor, and though you may not see the results immediately, the direction is clear, upward. This isn't just a lucky break. It's the reward of past persistence, silent prayers, and the choices you made when no one was watching. You may receive a sign today, a small win, an unexpected message, a new idea that feels oddly well-timed. Don't dismiss it. Even the most ordinary moments can carry the spark of abundance when you're tuned in. This is a day to stay open to change. Not wild, risky change, but grounded, intentional steps. Smart decisions, modest investments, conversations that plant seeds for later harvests. These are the moves that will grow into long-term reward. Scorpio, your financial life is calling for balance between planning and trusting, between effort and flow. It's not about controlling every detail. It's about recognizing where the energy wants to move and having the courage to meet it halfway. And yes, there's a shimmer of cosmic luck in the air today, a sense that if you stay aligned with your deeper values, fortune will follow, not because you're chasing it, but because you finally become the version of yourself who's ready to hold it. Your lucky numbers for today, 8, 21, 34, 48, 61, 74. Let them remind you that abundance doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes it slips in quietly through doors you've only just begun to open. In your professional life, Scorpio, the energy is dynamic and ripe with the promise of change. This isn't the kind of change that catches you off guard. It's the kind you've been quietly preparing for, whether or not you realized it. A promotion, a shift in direction, a new opportunity. Something is emerging that aligns more truthfully with who you are becoming. The wheel of fortune continues to turn in your favor here, nudging you toward greater visibility. If you felt unseen or undervalued in your work recently, that's about to shift. Recognition is drawing closer, not just because of what you've achieved, but because of how you've grown. There's a quiet confidence in you now, born not from perfection, but from resilience. And others are beginning to notice. Creativity will be your compass today. Whether you're problem solving, leading, or building something from the ground up, your ability to see beyond the obvious is your greatest strength. Trust your instincts. Let your ideas speak, even if they feel too bold at first. This isn't the time to shrink. It's the time to bring your full vision into the room. But with all this movement, there's also a deeper invitation to believe in your value. Truly believe. Because the outer success that's coming, the partnerships, the progress, the possibilities, they will only be as solid as the foundation of self-worth they rest on. And that brings us, naturally, to love. Because no matter how accomplished we become, there's a deeper question always beating beneath the surface. In my love for who I truly am, you've done the work in career, in healing, in choosing growth. Now, Scorpio, the universe is ready to mirror that back to you, not just through accomplishments, but through connection. In the next part of our journey, we'll step into the realm of relationships and what it means to be truly seen, truly met, heart to heart. Now, Scorpio, we enter the realm of love, where words soften, time slows, and the heart is asked to reveal itself without armor. Year stepping into a season of emotional maturity. This isn't about fairy tales or fleeting passion. It's about presence, the kind of love that listens, that stays, that grows with you instead of pulling you backward. Whether you're already in a connection or standing alone for now, the energy around you is shifting. It's becoming quieter, deeper, more intentional. If you're in a relationship, you may notice something small but meaningful shift today. A conversation that lands differently, a silence that feels safe instead of distant. These are signs of a deeper layer unfolding, one built not on fantasy, but on real understanding. It's not always easy, but it's honest. And that honesty is healing parts of you that once believed you had to earn love by bending or shrinking. For those who are unattached, this is not a call to go searching. It's a call to become visible in your truth, your softness, your strength. Someone may be drawn to you not because you've made yourself more appealing, but because you've stopped hiding. That magnetic energy of yours, Scorpio, it's most powerful when it's rooted in authenticity. And today, it's healing. There's a softness entering your life now. You may feel it in a gaze that lingers longer than expected or in a message that feels oddly well-timed. These aren't just coincidences. They're echoes of the cosmic shift happening within you. Love is reflecting your growth, your patience, your willingness to start again with clearer eyes and a steadier heart. But perhaps the most important invitation now is to receive, to let yourself be loved without needing to perform, to fix, or to prove anything. That's the transformation. That's the miracle. And just as love touches your heart, it begins to ripple outward into your health, your energy, your entire sense of well-being. So let's keep moving, Scorpio, and explore how this alignment is beginning to heal not just your spirit, but your body too. When it comes to your health, Scorpio, the message today is gentle but clear. Slow down, listen inward, and return to what nourishes you, not just physically, but emotionally and energetically. This is an ideal time to begin a more intentional relationship with your body. Not through strict routines or harsh discipline, but through loving presence. Your body has been carrying more than you realize, the unspoken stress, the emotional residue of old stories, even the weight of silent expectations. It's time to let some of that go. Start small. A quiet walk without your phone, a few minutes of deep breathing before the day begins, stretching in the morning light, or choosing food that feels like an offering to your future self. These aren't just health habits, they're forms of devotion. And the more you show up for your body in kindness, the more it will respond with strength, vitality, and calm. Balance is key now. You've been working hard in life, in love, in becoming. But remember, Scorpio, transformation is not sustainable without rest. This moment invites you to bring your inner world into alignment with your outer pace. Let meditation guide you back to clarity. Let movement clear out the tension. And above all, let optimism find its way back into your cells. Because healing isn't just about curing what's wrong. It's about remembering what's right with your body, your breath, your essence. And when you begin to feel better in your body, lighter, more grounded, more whole, something else shifts too. Your capacity to show up in your relationships with deeper presence and peace. You love differently when you are well. You receive love more freely. When you're no longer holding yourself together with strain. Family, Scorpio, it's never simple, is it? It's where the deepest roots are planted and often where the deepest wounds reside. But today brings an energy of reconciliation, of quiet repair. The cosmos is gently encouraging you to revisit these connections, not to relive the past, but to release its grip. This is a powerful moment to open your heart again, not naively, but with the wisdom you've earned through experience. You don't need to force difficult conversations, but you are being invited to approach old dynamics with fresh eyes. What would it look like to no longer react from hurt, but to respond from clarity? What if the story between you and someone you care about doesn't have to end where it paused? Perhaps someone in your family has been waiting for a signal, a softening from you, a willingness to understand rather than defend. Or maybe the healing begins inside you first by letting go of the need for perfect closure and instead choosing peace in the present. Emotional maturity is your ally now. You are no longer the same person you were the last time this wound was touched. And because of that, Scorpio, you can choose differently. Use this energy to reach out in small, authentic ways. A message, a shared meal, a moment of real listening. These quiet gestures can carry enormous weight, especially when they come from a place of truth. You are not responsible for fixing every relationship, but you are responsible for how openly you show up, how you protect your own peace while allowing space for connection. Let the past be honored but not repeated. Let love be rebuilt, not rushed, but rooted. And know this, every moment of healing within your family ripples outward into your larger sense of identity, belonging, and emotional strength. These are the very threads that tie into your compatibility with others, the people you choose, the bonds you build, and the way you navigate the intricate dance of trust and vulnerability. Let's now look at who walks well beside you, Scorpio. Those whose energy doesn't overwhelm or compete with yours, but complements and deepens it. Emotionally, your strongest cosmic allies are Cancer and Pisces, two water signs that, like you, feel before they speak and sense what others miss. With them, there's no need to explain your silence. They understand the tides of your moods, the quiet intensity beneath your surface. These bonds often feel fated, tender, intuitive, and soul deep. But your compatibility doesn't end with emotional kinship. In work and collaboration, you flourish when paired with individuals who bring both practical grounding and visionary insight. Earth signs like Virgo and Capricorn can offer structure to your dreams, while intuitive air signs like Aquarius can spark ideas that align with your deeper purpose. The key is balance. Someone who honors your intensity but doesn't get lost in it. Someone who helps you build as well as feel. In friendships and partnerships, seek those who appreciate emotional authenticity. You don't need people who keep things on the surface. You need those who are unafraid to dive deep and still choose to stay. Today, the color that mirrors your essence is deep indigo, a hue that holds both stillness and power, mystery and transformation. Let it remind you that your depth is not a weakness. It's your superpower. Scorpio, as we close today's journey, I want to leave you with this. You are not who you were yesterday, and you don't need to carry the weight of who you thought you had to be tomorrow. The energy of April 22nd doesn't ask you to do more. It asks you to be more honest with yourself, with others, with the path you know deep down is waiting for you. There is a quiet kind of power in the way you've been transforming, not through grand gestures, but through small conscious choices, letting go, choosing peace, speaking gently to yourself, trusting the pause. That's where the real magic happens. So whether today brings you a new beginning in love, a shift in work, a step toward healing, or simply a deeper breath, honor it. You're not behind. You're not too late. You are exactly where you need to be. Thank you for spending this time with me. If something I shared resonated with you, I'd love to know. Leave a shout out or a simple "I'm ready" in the comments below. And remember, the stars may offer direction, but you are the one who walks the path. And one last thing, Scorpio. You've come so far, even if the world hasn't acknowledged every quiet victory, every inner shift, or every night you held yourself together, you know? And that knowing is sacred. Let today be a quiet celebration of the versions of you that broke open so this one could emerge stronger, softer, wiser. You didn't get here by accident. You got here by listening, by honoring what no longer fits, and by daring to follow what does. Even when the path was unclear, this moment is more than a reading. It's a threshold, a chance to breathe into who you are now and gently promise yourself that you'll keep moving forward, not with force, but with faith. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to rush. You simply need to remember that transformation doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it arrives in quiet waves. In the way you speak to yourself, in the boundaries you now honor, in the dreams you no longer shrink to fit inside someone else's comfort. The universe isn't asking for perfection from you. It's asking for presence, for honesty, for a willingness to live from the deepest parts of who you are, even if it's messy, even if it's still unfolding. That is your strength, Scorpio, not the mask, not the armor, but the raw, unfiltered truth of your becoming. So breathe fully, walk slowly, and trust deeply, because you are already becoming the person your future has been waiting for.